My name is Colleen and this is my kitchen. I've struggled with my weight my entire life. After trying every diet in the book without any success, I came to the realization that diets don't work. I started my journey at a size 26W weighing just over 300 pounds. In almost a year and a half, I've lost over 120 pounds and I am a size 14. No W. What's my secret? Eating healthy and moving more. Now I'm here to show you how you can cook healthy food without compromising on taste and lose weight just like I have. Because if I can do it, you can too.
Hello and welcome back to my kitchen. So the weather is starting to crisp up here, and when it starts getting cold and the leaves start turning in the Pacific Northwest, I just love a good bowl of soup. I love an easy meal of soup, maybe some bread and a side salad, and a great comfort on a cold autumn night, and helps to take the chill off. And so tonight I've got a really good dish for you. I'm going to be using some sausage and some lentils. And so we're going to start with what the French call a mirepoix. This is a version of a French soup that I've seen. And the mirepoix is just a mixture of onions, celery, and carrots, and it's your basic starter to any soup, really. And so I have my stock pot. I'm heating it on medium heat. I've just coated it with some nonstick olive oil cooking spray. I'm using cooking spray instead of real olive oil to help control my fat levels. And then I've got one small onion here. I'm using a sweet onion. And what I'm going to do is just peel this up and then dice it up, add it right to my pan. Just like that. And then I have two small ribs of celery here, and what I'm going to do is trim those ends off, and then I like to cut them in half lengthwise, and then just dice them up, just like this. And I love doing this because it's so easy with this chef's knife, just using that rocking rhythm back and forth to slice it up. Next up, I have two medium carrots. I'm going to do the same thing here, trim those ends off, and then what I like to do is cut them in half lengthwise, just like the celery, and then same thing, I'm going to slice them up. Now that I've got my mirepoix going, again, that's just carrots, celery, and onion, I'm just going to add just a pinch of coarse sea salt in here. Now, if I'm going to be using a homemade chicken broth that has no meat in it, or I'm sorry, no salt in it, a little bit later on. And so that's why I'm adding salt now. If you're using a store-bought chicken broth, even a low sodium or reduced sodium variety, make sure not to add your salt until the very end, because between the sausage and the store-bought broth, it can get very salty. I've let my mirepoix cook for about 5 minutes here, and the onions are just beginning to brown up, and so now I'm going to add a half a pound of bulk chorizo chicken sausage. It's important to use chicken instead of pork for this because it is lower in fat, so it'll help cut fat in that recipe. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add this, and I'm going to cook this up until it gets cooked through nice and crumbly. Once my sausage browns up here, what I'm going to do is add 6 cups of, this is a homemade chicken broth. So it has no salt in it. Chicken broth is super easy to make. Just use the bones of the chicken. I like to get the rotisserie chickens because those are way easier than cooking your own chicken. So I get the bones of a chicken, cut in a piece of celery, a carrot, maybe half an onion, submerge it in a big pot like this in water and let it boil. Let it come to a boil and then simmer it for about 4 to 6 hours. And what I do is freeze it in Tupperware containers in 2 and 4 cup increments so that I can pull them out of the freezer and use them in recipes like this whenever I want. It's much easier than buying it in the store, much cheaper than buying it in the store, and also it has no salt in it. So I can better control my salt intake, which is super healthy for super important for a healthy lifestyle. Not necessarily if you want to lose weight, but if you just want to be in good health. So once I add that stock, next I have 1 1/4 cups of red split lentils. Now, the traditional French dish uses a green lentil. I really like to use these red split lentils. First of all, they cook faster, but second of all, when they cook, they just disintegrate into almost nothing, and it makes the soup just super creamy, and it gives it a nice color as well. So I'm going to add those to my pot, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn up the heat here, and I'm going to bring it to a boil. Once it comes to a boil, I'll turn it down to medium-low and cover it and let it cook for about 20 to 30 minutes until it's cooked through and nice and creamy. Our soup has cooked up really, really beautifully here. So I'm going to go ahead and serve this up just like that. And I love to serve this with a side salad, and I've made just a tartine, a simple piece of bread with a little bit of goat cheese toasted. And then I have some chopped parsley, Italian parsley or flat leaf parsley. I'm just going to sprinkle that right on the top, no more than about a teaspoon. Purple. And that's it. Wonderful, simple fall meal. I love this on a cool night. I'm going to go sit down and enjoy my dinner. I hope that you'll give this great sausage and lentil soup a try, and I'll see you next time in my kitchen.